Our 8 News Now investigators getting a response from Washington tonight. We thank you for joining us here at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. That report found no government agency nor the railroad that runs trains right through the middle of Las Vegas could say exactly what's on them.
8 News Now investigator David Charnes here with what our elected leaders say they're doing about it. David?
Well, last week at 11, we told you about 1,200 miles of train tracks run through Nevada. But the city of Las Vegas says it's not told what's on those trains that you've probably seen run right through town. And Clark County's emergency plans, if there is a derailment or an emergency, say to call a phone number about specific shipments. Those train tracks, like I just said, go right through the middle of the valley. The railroad and the federal government say they're carrying things like chemicals, chlorine, crude oil, fertilizer, but nobody could tell us exactly what is in them. Instead, leaders at Union Pacific, the railroad company, say if there's an emergency, responders have access to all that information in an app. Even the Federal Railroad Administration says that what the trains are carrying is proprietary. Democratic Senator Cortez Masto saw our story, and today I asked her if this is acceptable. What do you think the federal government can do to make sure that everyone who needs to know is aware of what is on those trains?
There's legislation there now really to start having hearings and ask these questions. Where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? What should it look like? Yes, we want to preserve national security. We want to protect a business's proprietary information. But at the same time, we also have to balance that with keeping our community safe.
So part of that plan to keep our community safe is a plan making its way through Congress right now to further improve safety and regulate what these trains are carrying. Democratic Congresswoman Dina Titus also responding to our reporting. Of course, she represents the Strip and those tracks you saw there. She says in part, a spill of dangerous materials would be disastrous in terms of human and financial costs. She adds, I will continue to work with my colleagues on common sense solutions to prevent more derailments and toxic exposure incidents like we saw in East Palestine. Now, we have not seen something like that here. On the state level, a plan to regulate the length of railroads and sensors on tracks is moving forward. Representative for the railroad saying the federal government is the appropriate regulatory agency to do that. We'll keep you posted on this story. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now. Brian?
David, thanks for that. That state proposal would limit trains to less than 7,500 feet. That is more than a mile long. It passed the Assembly. It is now in the state Senate.